Hello children and my dear parents, how are you all? Hope you're all staying safe and staying home. First of all, let me wish you a very happy new year, 2021. 2020 was the year of challenges, lot of difficulties we felt in the beginning, but we have adjusted to the system. We did not waste the academic year. We have studied, we have learnt new things. Okay children? So, shall we start today's lesson? Yes. Before that, silent prayer. Shall we go for a silent prayer? Yes. We will begin this year with a beautiful poem. Okay? A thankful poem, we could say. Take your Gulmoha book, page number 101. Great, wide, beautiful, wonderful world. Great, wide, beautiful, wonderful world. Did we bring anything to this world? No, we did not bring anything. Everything was a gift from God. The world provided everything. When we go back, we don't have anything to take. It is the period where we are born and when we are going to die. The period between that is our life. Great, wide, it is very wide, beautiful, wonderful world. This poem is written by William Brighty Rance. In short way, we used to tell W.B. Rance. He is a well-known English writer and he has written lot of poems especially for you children. In this poem, he tells the beauty of the world. The world is so beautiful. From this topic itself, we can understand that the poet tells world is very great and it is beyond our imagination. But finally, he realizes that earth has no power to think. But we have the power to think. No? We may think we are just a small point, just a human being. But we can have the capacity to think and discover something. Finally, he realizes that. So, shall we read this poem? Yes. Great, wide, beautiful, wonderful world, with the wonderful water round you curled, and the wonderful grass upon your breast, world, you are beautifully dressed. The wonderful air is over me, and the wonderful wind is shaking the tree. It walks on the water and whirls the mills, and talks to itself on the tops of the hills. You friendly earth, how far do you go? With the wheat fields that nod and the rivers that flow, with cities and gardens and cliffs and isles, and people upon you for thousands of miles? Ah, you are so great, and I am so small. I tremble to think of you, world at all. And yet, when I said my prayers today, a whisper inside me seemed to say, you are more than the earth, though you are such a dot, you can love and think and the earth cannot.
Great, wide, beautiful, wonderful world by William Brighty Rance. Great, wide, beautiful, wonderful world, with the wonderful water round you curled, and the wonderful grass upon your breast, world, you are beautifully dressed.
We know the maximum percentage of the earth is surrounded by water. The land is very less. It is surrounded by wonderful water round you curled. When the air passes, there are some waves formed in the water, curling. It curls. And the wonderful grass upon your breast, world, you are beautifully dressed. In the land, we can see the beautiful grass. The world is dressed with the grass, the poet says. When we see some greenery, we used to have the mind, the freshness of mind. We can ourselves feel. It gives a coolness in our eyes. When we are in a journey, when we are traveling, when we see some fields, how do we feel? We feel very happy. We can see lot and lot of birds for eating the weeds. It is always a miracle when we sow a seed. There is life inside a seed, no? When we sow a seed, what happens? A small sprout comes, finally a small plant, then a huge tree. It is a miracle. But it doesn't look like a miracle because we are seeing from the beginning.
The wonderful air is over me, and the wonderful wind is shaking the tree. It walks on the water and whirls the mills, and talks to itself on the tops of the hills.
The wonderful air is over me. We are living because of the air. The air consists of oxygen and we breathe. We are alive because of that air. That air is over me. And the wonderful wind is shaking the tree. When the air is so strong, then it is called wind. When the wind is blowing, all the leaves used to shiver. They used to shake. It shakes the tree. When the air is very less, we call it as breeze. It walks on the water. When the wind is blowing, even the water will have the waves. The ripples may be formed. And whirls the mills. You would have seen some windmills. The electricity will be generated. When the windmills are there, the air used to whirl it. They whirl the mills and the current is generated and talks to itself on the tops of the hills. When the air is blowing from the hills, we can hear some sounds. When we tell something loudly, it used to echo.
You friendly earth, how far do you go? With the wheat fields that nod and the rivers that flow, with cities and gardens and cliffs and isles, and people upon you for thousands of miles?
How friendly the earth is. It provides us all. We are having food because all the crops are cultivated in the earth itself. The food we eat, the dress we wear, the shelter, everything is present in the world itself. You are very friendly. The earth is very friendly. How far do you go? With the wheat fields that nod and the rivers that flow. The wheat fields, lot of wheat fields are there. They nod. When the air is blown, it used to nod its head. The plant used to have some moments. Nodding means shaking. And the rivers that flow. Rivers also, they also flow. With cities and gardens and cliffs and isles. Cities and gardens we know. Cliffs means the slopy regions in the area of rock or mountain is called cliffs. And isles. You shouldn't say isles, okay? Isles. I-S-L-E-S. Isles means islands. The four sides are surrounded by water is called isles. And people upon you for thousands of miles. Everywhere we can see people. Wherever the life is possible, wherever we can have our needs, everywhere people are there. You friendly earth, how far do you go with the wheat fields that nod and the rivers that flow? With the cities and gardens and cliffs and isles and people upon you for thousands of miles? Thousands of miles we can see all the people, cliffs, gardens, cities, whatever we see around us. Everything is present in the world. The world is very friendly. It provides us rain. It provides us sunshine. No? Everything is the gift of God. We didn't bring anything. We are not going to take anything from the world. Let us do some good deeds.
Ah, you are so great, and I am so small. I tremble to think of you, world at all. And yet, when I said my prayers today, a whisper inside me seemed to say, you are more than the earth, though you are such a dot. You can love and think, and the earth cannot.
Poet says, you're so great. You have lot of things around you. But I am nothing in front of you. I'm so small. I tremble to think of you. I have a fear. I'm so much excited. World at all, you're such a great world. And yet, when I said my prayers today, a whisper inside me seemed to say. And when I was praying today, a whisper, a small voice told me something. What was it? You're more than the earth, though you're such a dot. You can love and think and the earth cannot. You are more than the earth. Though you are such a dot, you may think you are just a small human being. You are just a human being, you are small dot you may think. But the truth is, you can love and think. We should love each other. We should think of other situations. But does the world think so? No. The world can't think. The world is a lifeless thing, no? It provides everything. But can it think? No. But we can think, we can love each other. Whisper, the small voice said to this poet. How beautifully written. But finally he realizes that he is more than the earth. Though we don't take anything from the world, we can think a lot. We can love a lot. Did you like this poem? B section, think and answer these questions. I tremble to think of you. World at all. Why does the speaker tremble to think of the world? Can we imagine some places which we didn't go? There are a lot of places. Only a few places we have visited. There are a lot of places which we did not visit till now. It means it is so vast. It is so wide. When the poet thought of the world, he was trembled because of this vastness. Second one, do the speaker's thoughts change by the end of the poem? Why does this happen? Yes, the speaker's thoughts change because finally he understood that he can love and think, but the world cannot think and love. It doesn't have that ability. Words in use: vast, mighty, grand, gigantic. Vast, extremely large in area, size and amount. It tells about the area size. Wideness is called vast. Second one, mighty. Mighty means very strong and powerful. It has the power. Mighty power we use to tell. Third one, grand. Grand means very large and impressive. The marriage was held in a grand manner. Our annual day function was held in a grand manner, we say. It means very impressive manner. Fourth one, gigantic, very huge, vast or immense, gigantic in figure, we say. Very large in size. Using these words, shall we choose the correct answer? Yes. Take a pencil. First one, the Sahara Desert is a dash desert. Vast desert. We cannot say mighty. Vast. It tells about the area. Second one, the wrestler is very strong and grand or mighty? Yes, mighty. He is very powerful. Third one, Ritu caught a dash fish from the lake. Grand fish or gigantic fish? Gigantic, very huge fish. Grand is not an apt word here. Fourth one, the school's annual function was a dash success. Vast success or grand success? Yes, grand success. Though these words are connected, it has different meanings, and when we use also, we have to be careful in using it. Next page, appreciating the poem. The poem creates a feeling of magnificence and wonder. Use words and lines from poem to support your answer. Yes, throughout the poem, the poet tells that it is great, wide, wonderful world. He says that it is beyond his imagination. The words great, wide, wonderful, beautiful, tremble, everything tells about the feeling. What does he feel? Second one, this poem has 9 pairs of rhyming words. Some are spelt quite differently from each other and yet they rhyme. For example, world, cult. Make a list of the rhyming words that are spelled differently. Totally there are 9 pairs of rhyming words. Shall we see what are they? Yes. Come to page number 101, the first page of the poem. Yes. World. What is the next rhyming word? Curled. Breast. Dressed. Me. Tree. Mills. Hills. Next page. Go. Flow. Aisles. Miles. Small. All. Today. Say. Dot. Cannot. All the 9 sets we have read. But the question is to pick out the words which are spelled differently. The spelling must be different. Suppose hills and mills, only one letter is changed. We have to take the rhyming words which are misspelled. Which are they? Yes, curled, world. Breast, dressed. Me, tree. Go, flow. Aisles, miles. These words are entirely different in the spelling. But when we pronounce it, it becomes a rhyming word. It is rhyming with each other. So that's the answer. Next one, listen to this poem, then read it aloud or sing it together in class. This is an old poem. All things bright and beautiful.
All things bright and beautiful. Cecil Alexander. All things bright and beautiful, all creatures great and small, all things wise and wonderful, the Lord God made them all. Each little flower that opens, each little bird that sings, He made their glowing colours and made their tiny wings. The purple-headed mountains, the river running by, the sunset and the morning that brightens up the sky. He gave us eyes to see them, and lips that we might tell. How great is God Almighty, who has made all things well.
First 8 lines you can mark, okay? Page number 101, memory poem. You have to memorize this as it is in the book.
Great, wide, beautiful, wonderful world by William Brighty Rands. Great, wide, beautiful, wonderful world, with the wonderful water round you curled, and the wonderful grass upon your breast, world, you are beautifully dressed. The wonderful air is over me, and the wonderful wind is shaking the tree. It walks on the water and whirls the mills, and talks to itself on the tops of the hills.
Write this poem silently, then take your English notebook and we will write the notes. Then come to the next page. 2 meanings. Did you see in the bottom of the page? Yes. Cliffs, isles. Only 2 meanings. So this you have to study. And question answers you have written in your notebook. Use only the cursive letters. Okay? Okay, children, write the poem. Memorize first 8 lines. Go through the question answers. Learn it. Meanings also only 2 meanings. Study that. See you in the next class. Bye. Take care.